my name is Gail Hodgson. Welcome to my studio. I'd like to thank the Process Art Discovery audience for joining me today. And we're going to be doing a dirty pour on a white background, getting our hands dirty. So the first thing to do to get fluid art going is you have to mix everything so it gets into a similar fluid state to each other, all the different colors. What we do is we use flowing mediums, pouring mediums, and paint and colors. And you always need a little bit more of the base color, which I'm going to use white today. So you need a little bit more of that for putting on the whole background, and then we add the colors after. So first thing I'm going to do is add the flow medium to get this white paint that I've had. And I use all kinds of different paints too. I use art paints, craft paint, fancy fluid art paint, and sort of tube paint too. So I actually like the variety because you get some really interesting results when you're using all different kinds of stuff. So this is about half and half, fluid medium and paint. Kind of how it works in a general sense. And then it's all a bunch of stirring. Just stir and stir and stir. I kind of like this part too because it's kind of meditative too. It's fun for me. Hope it's fun for you. Well, the end part's really fun when you put the whole thing together, but we do have to do this part. Actually, that's pretty good. For the base, and then, so now I'm going to use a tube one, and we have to do a little bit of a different thing here because it's a really thick paint. And for the colors, for this size of canvas, you don't need a lot. So I'm going to use about 4 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And yeah, you don't need a whole lot just to get into the middle part. So now I'm going to use a thinner with this thick paint because we have all the paint that comes out of tubes is quite thick, like I said. And if I just add, you can just add water to this, but I find it works better. I have a pre-mixed, it's pouring medium and water mixed together, and it just sort of, I don't know, I like it using it better. Because sometimes these can have a lot of lumps in them. You have to kind of like whip it. Maybe I should have a little beater down here. Actually, I've seen that. Now I'm mixing like my grandma. She'd have a big bowl like this of cake batter, and she'd hold it like to the side like that and really whip it. I was always impressed with that as a little kid. Okay, I kind of got it liquefied, let's call it. And now I'm going to put flow medium in that. Again, I always just kind of guesstimate, eyeball it like half and half. It's a little bit thick. You want it. We always talk about all the fluid artists and stuff. It's like the consistency of cremo or cream sometimes you want, but not milk and not like syrupy either. So that's pretty good how it runs off the stir stick like that. Okay, that's one color. And my color theme today kind of was inspired by Hawaii. I saw this beautiful picture recently of a traditional floral, sort of like a headdress sort of a thing that a woman dancer would, a Hawaiian dancer would wear. And it had this most beautiful, actually my favorite combination of colors, which is this fuchsia and this vibrant yellow. and a turquoise and a purple. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of thinner in with this thicker paint first before I put the flow medium in. And sometimes I don't have any inspiration. I just go, oh, I like that color and that one and that one. It's fun. You can kind of, you know, it's fun. You can do anything you want when you're in a creative flow and you just sort of allow yourself to play, which is really cool. But like I said before, not all my projects are playful. Sometimes it's planned out more. And sometimes there's all those happy accidents too, which is really cool. Okay, oops, too thick. That's pretty good. And then just before I pour, I just kind of check them really quickly again. Now these ones they have fluid medium in them already. Like I said, I like to use all different kinds of paints and stuff. It's fun. I'm building up my Hawaiian flower crown here in colors. Uh-oh, uh-oh. It's chunky. Blop. Yeah. No chunkies. We're doing a dirty pour, but not a chunky pour. See, these were kind of like pretty good to go. This one, I didn't check it. You know, especially reds and greens, artists know that those are always in a thinner state, and white is always a very thick state. Okay, now we've got all our colors done. So the base color, which is the white, likes to have, I like to put in a little bit of silicone, like I'm talking a drop. This is kind of, you don't really have to use it, but it's one of the things that creates the cells and the lacing in the final result, which is really cool, which I like. But you only need like a couple drops of that. You gotta stir it in really well. I'm gonna thin this out a little bit. If your base color is too thick, then the flow kind of stagnates. That's pretty good. Make sure the silicone is all through the thing. And then we need a cup, a separate cup for our dirty pour part, which I have to get. But actually we're getting ready to pour. I'm just gonna check the colors again. As you can see, I like to reuse everything. And I don't wash it that well. Oh well. Okay, so a dirty pour is layering the colors all in one cup, which is cool. But it's good to do it kind of like, I like doing it, you know, like one color at a time in the cup, and then do it all again. So the idea is that these are all of the same consistency or similar, so that they don't overmix. And the only way you can learn that when you're doing this is by that happening and going, oh, I won't do that again. And if they're watery, that's what happens. It can turn into a big mud mess. So I'm just checking them again. Cool. This one's a little bit thick, so I'm going to fuss with this a bit. I will put a tiny bit of this. That's pretty good. Okay. So the order you pour into the dirty cup pour, just whatever. All right, so just pour in a little bit of this, then the next color. And it's kind of neat because they kind of mingle together, and they're not like, it's not making purple or whatever right now, it's just, they're just sitting together. That's what you want. And then I do it all again. Ooh, it looks pretty already. I keep the stir sticks in there because sometimes the paint can thicken up really quickly and you kind of need to mix it again. I think that's going to be it for that part. And I don't really stir this, but you do kind of, it's good to give it a little bit of a swish. Okay, now we are ready to do this part. Okay. So first it's all about getting the canvas coated with the white paint or whatever paint you're using. Move it around a bit. Make sure all the areas are covered before you do the color part. All right. Are we ready? Because now I'm just going to do, it's going to just come out however. It's fun. All right, let's do it. Now the cool part is this. See what happens. Actually, I might move it around a little bit first. It's cool because you never know what's going to form. So I just start playing with it. You can see the cells starting to form right now. I love those little things. I don't know why. It's just so cool. Well, it's kind of like nature, right? You can see a lot of these things in natural, in like forming in nature, in all kinds of things, including I saw this really cool mushroom that had this amazing lacing. And I mean, water and sand and rocks and all kinds of stuff has. So basically I just start playing with the palette knife with this part. I love how it's forming already. A little bit of yellow has disappeared, but that's okay. And let's see. I might put some more yellow in. This is where you go, it's sort of like, it's abstract, so you just go, well, I like that and I don't like that, or I'm going to move that around, you know, and add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow. And the other thing that disappeared here too is my pink color. Oh, the blue and purple really took over. I might just put little pools in here for that. And then I'll move them around. But I'm loving these cell formations here. Okay, let's see what you want to do here. Ooh. Oh, I kind of like that. Maybe this is just a bit heavy here. See if I can get it a little more thinned out. Okay, I think I might leave that. It does its own thing as it's drying too, so that's kind of cool. You come back and, you know, in a couple hours and you're like, oh wow, I didn't expect that. And it's interesting too because in the temperatures, like so if it's warm in your studio, it'll sort of dry, of course, quicker. And then, so it'll, you know, it'll sort of look similar to where you left it. But I found when I was doing this in the winter and it was cooler in here, the flows just kept moving and moving, and it took a long time to dry, which is neat too. I like that. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, well that's my Hawaiian inspired colors. I'd like to thank the Process Art audience for joining me today in this fluid acrylic pour. If you'd like to see more, subscribe to the channel.